Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a look at this ROG Phone 6 Pro. In fact, in India, Asus is launching two versions, the ROG Phone 6 and the 6 Pro. They have sent actually the 6 Pro to me, not the regular version. So let's have a look at it. I'll actually show you all the differences that we get with the regular ROG Phone 6, because I think so for 95% of the users, the regular ROG Phone 6 makes a lot more sense. So here it is, a pretty fancy package. As you can see, this is the Pro, and looks like this opens. So here we have some gaming centric tab, and in fact we have two, one over here, and I think so you got to use this to slide it out. Yeah, the whole case just slides out, and here the first we have the phone itself. Let me just take that out. So yeah, this is the phone itself that you're getting, and in the Pro we also have a secondary display over here. In the regular ROG Phone 6 we just have that LED matrix kind of a thing, but here we have a proper display, and looks like one more display over here. So that's what it is, and looks like we do have quite a bit of accessories in this one. So SIM ejector tool, and we also are getting this bundled case in the box. So every even the ROG Phone 6 will get this. So you're getting this case in the box itself. So that's actually a nice thing, and some paperwork and all this thing. So that's what we are getting. So at least we get some stuff here in the for the unboxing, and I'll just keep that to the side. And we also get a charger in the box, guys, and this is actually a 30-watt USB Type-C charger, but this device supports PD charging up to 65 watts, but the bundle charger in the box is a 30-watt charger that you're getting. And we have a USB Type-C cable, which is also actually braided, pretty high quality cable, braided cable it is. So that's what we get in the box. So I'll just push this back aside. Nice I would say packaging. So here is the device itself that we have, and looks similar to the ROG 5 and the 5S. In fact, Asus team told me the 5S is actually going to stay, that's not going to be replaced. So even the 5S that was launched about 6 months ago with the Snapdragon 888 Plus will stay. This one actually has the new Snapdragon 8 Gen Plus, 8 Gen 1 Plus, and this is the first smartphone in India that will be having the 8 Gen Plus SoC, which is actually made by TSMC. Supposed to be a little bit more power efficient and also more slightly faster, about 10% faster than the regular 8 Gen 1. So hopefully this will not have heating issues or something like that. Let me actually give you a physical overview. And by the way, guys, the ROG Phone 6 this time will come in two colors. As you can see, this is the new white color. The regular black color version will also be available. So now they're playing around with two colors. Earlier ones were mostly in black in color. As this is having the 8 Gen Plus 1, and of course this can you can have that X mode and all this thing. Antutu, this Asus is claiming can go up to 1.1 million score, which is again insane. Let me give you a physical aspects of the big deal now with the screen is that it's a massive screen, still a full HD plus AMOLED screen, but now they have bumped the refresh rate. If I recall, earlier it was 144 Hertz to 165 Hertz, and the good thing is that you can configure it to 60, 90, 120, 144 or 165 Hertz. So that's actually nice. Let me give you a physical overview. Again, the body is good, the build material is good, it's metallic. And on the top here we do have a secondary noise cancellation microphone. One new thing is that this is supposed to be IPX4 rated. This is the first time that the ROG phone is getting, what do you say, some sort of water resistant rating. So it's splash proof now. And here we have the volume rockers. Again, the two air triggers are still over here. Power button, this might be one more microphone over here. Yes, it generally has multiple arrays of microphone. 3.5mm headphone jack still stays, and now it supports high-res audio. In fact, they have improved the DAC even more. So if you have the high-end headphones and stuff, it will handle it. Type-C port, one over here, main microphone here. This will be your SIM tray, again nano SIMs it will have, and one more Type-C port over here. If you notice, this is a little bit different from the older ROG phone 5 and S that had a separate port, but here they have now standardized it to Type-C port, because they have also sent me the new Aero cooler, The new AeroCooler 6 is actually Type-C compatible. So that's actually an improvement, I would say. Directly Type-C you are getting. And on this one, we do get this back extra screen that we have on this Pro version. So again, this gives a little bit more information. This won't be there in the regular version. The good thing is that even the regular version now, the base variant will in India, it will come with 8 gigabytes, sorry, not 8 gigabytes of 12 gigabytes of RAM and 256 GB of storage. And this Pro again, this is the crazy high-end version. This has insane 18 gigabytes of LPDDR5 RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. So yeah, this is the crazy top-end version. But again, I feel 95% of the users, the regular version should be good enough. So let's do one thing. Let me just power this on. I hope it has some juice in this. And thermals, they have really improved. They said on this one, this has larger graphite sheets, and also the vapor chamber is bigger. The graphite sheet is almost 85%, and as you can see, okay, this also lights up at the back. Oh, this is cool. So okay, this is a screen, and here also it actually wrote something in it. So okay, so the setup, the speakers look to be good as usual. Let me increase the volume. Yeah. Speaker goes loud. Okay, let me just quickly set this up. So guys, I've set up this device, and if you notice, this is I'm shooting this part of the video almost after 1.5 days of using this phone, because I just wanted to give you initial impressions. Also, what do I feel about this one? And of course, I would have to say the first thing that I noticed immediately on this phone is the haptic feedback is done very, very well. While navigating within the UI or even while you're typing, the haptic feedback has been improved a lot. So they have a new X-axis motor, and that is definitely making a difference. And second thing that I immediately notice on this smartphone is, if you notice, my camera will not be able to capture it. This is butter smooth in terms of UI. And the reason for that is the screen refresh rate can go as high as 165 Hertz. In fact, I was using it 165. I've just set it up to auto, but even in auto, it is actually scaling very, very well. If you go to the display, and again, if you go to refresh rate, you can force it to 165 Hertz. And I like the fact that you can force it to 144, 120, 90, 60. So Asus is giving you that flexibility. I was using most of the time at 165, but I've just kept it to auto. And even in auto, it's making a huge difference. And this has to be one of the most fluid Android UI experience. Earlier, I used to always say the Moto Edge 30 Pro, which had that 144 Hertz, was the smoothest in UI. Now, this is the one I will have to say. So that way, very, very fluid. Another thing that I like is, again, Asus is sticking to close to that stock Android experience that you're getting on this one. Also, touch latency is excellent on this one. In fact, it is 23 ms. That's it. And I like the fact that not a lot of bloatware was installed. In fact, I've installed all these apps because my primary in this one. The only extra apps that I've seen is this Netflix, Instagram, and Facebook. Apart from that, I did not have any bloatware or anything. I did not do a lot of gaming. I did play Call of Duty on this one, and I could set it at the maximum settings, as you can see from the screenshot. And I played about 3 games with this one, and I have to say, in gaming, obviously these ROG phones have an edge due to the fact that you can configure these 8 triggers. So in FPS, it makes your job very, very easy. I'm generally good in Call of Duty. I played 3 games. Generally, I come first, second, or third. But I played 3 games on this one with this smartphone, and I had set this as the trigger. And all the 3 times, I was the MVP. That I came first. So definitely, these 8 triggers and stuff gives you an undue advantage, I would say. Also, it has the X mode and all those things. I didn't have to use it. But again, if you invoke this black display switches on, this also light comes up and all those things. And of course, like X mode, it goes to the highest frequency and stuff. You still have this Armory crate on this one. And from here, you can configure a lot of things. And you can configure, if you go over here, the other aspects of the phone. This gives you an overview what is currently happening with the phone. And this is that Plus Pro version. That's why 18 gigabytes of RAM not needed, frankly speaking. 12 gigabytes is more than enough. So here you can configure it. And this ROG Vision you can switch on and off here. This is the back thing, and here you can go here inside here and customize what you want. For example, charging, when it's charging, what to apply, what not to apply, and all those things. So you can configure these things on this one, and as you can see, these light up. I don't know if this is sort of a gimmick or what, but yeah, you have these things on this Pro version. And I'll just go back over here. You can disable it, of course. I've disabled it. And system lighting is also there, that dare to play, when you start a game, this also lights up. You can switch it on and off. So again, all those things are there. Aero cooler, if you attach it, you can also customize it. So again, that typical customization that you get is still there on this one. And the fingerprint scanner is actually improved, I would say. Still in display fingerprint scanner. I wish they moved to ultrasonic fingerprint scanners like some of the other high-end smartphones, but yeah, here you're giving that in display fingerprint scanner. And past 1.5 days, I have to say, it was a good experience. No issues regarding that. Certainly improved compared to earlier ROG phones. The main camera is the Sony IMX 76650 megapixel sensor. This does not have optical image stabilization, but it's a good sensor. Then we have the ultra wide, which is actually 12 megapixel. Then obligatory 5 megapixel, that is for macro that you're having. This is not a camera centric smartphone, but some of the pics that I took with this one actually surprised me. And again, let me quickly just show you the interface. Not that much. You have the regular 1x, and you have the ultra wide. Again, it's very fast, and you can do digital zoom also on this one by pinch to zoom and all those things like this. You can do that. We have the standard portrait mode, all those things are there. Video, it even supports 8K video, but I don't know why will you shoot that. But yeah, again, all the bells and whistles that are there on this one. The front facing camera is this 12 megapixel. Again, very fast as expected, one of the fastest phone. But let me actually show you some of the sample shots that I have taken with this smartphone so that you get a better idea. First, some outdoor shots with the rear facing camera, and this was ultra wide. And what I liked is the color reproduction is actually very, very natural, and the background blur bokeh was also good. And the pics actually looked very natural without any exaggerations of colors. Moving to human subjects, the skin tones were also produced very well in this regular mode, as you can. So pictures look very natural, but in portrait mode, these were taken in portrait mode. This is definitely that skin smoothing by default. Again, this is a regular shot, and this was taken in the portrait bokeh mode. The front facing 12 megapixel Sony sensor also performed much better than what I expected. And even in the portrait bokeh mode, as you can see, it performed very well. Now moving to picture shot at night, as you can see here, it actually surprised me at night. The pics that came out at night in very dull lighting were much better than what I expected. So guys, that was the camera, and the camera actually did surprise me quite a bit because I did not expect the camera performance to be even this good. In fact, in regular mode, the camera performance was so good. For example, this picture that I took, I just cut out and I used it in the thumbnail. The quality was so good, as you can see. So the camera performance is a surprise factor to me. In portrait mode, it is doing a little bit more processing, that skin smoothing and everything, but I used it in the default mode. I did not change the parameter, so that way. But still, the camera was a big surprise to me. So this is the ROG Phone 6 and the 6 Pro. But now let's talk about the pricing. And here I'm slightly disappointed. I always knew that the pricing of this ROG Phone 6 will be higher compared to the 5 and the 5S, because this is coming with the new Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which is supposed to be a lot more expensive than the regular Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. And also now because of the dollar pricing and all this thing. And as Asus, even if you look at the base version of this one, the ROG Phone 6, now this comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. So I thought, yes, the pricing will be a little bit on the higher side, and I thought it will be priced somewhere around 64,000-65,000. But the pricing of the ROG Phone 6 in India starts at, the regular one is at 72,000. So certainly that premium is there on this smartphone. It's not as aggressively priced as the ROG Phone 5 or the 5S, and the 5S will stay in India. That's not going to be replaced with this one. So certainly a higher price point. And this Pro, of course, this is a crazy version. I think so. I don't know the exact pricing, but I've heard somewhere around 88,000. So certainly pretty expensive. And if you're planning to go for this one, I would say the regular ROG Phone 6 simply makes more sense compared to this Pro version. But what do you feel about this ROG Phone 6? Do let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.